Hi and welcome to Popular News on POV Nigeria. My name is Henry Igwebike. There is no gainsaying that the OBIDATTI presidential campaign is growing massively around the country, with millions of youths, especially loyalists, staging parades in every Nigerian state, but especially across the new media, which is gradually becoming a movement. The opposition, especially the PDP and the APC, has often called it a sham and refers to it like a very beautiful flower without deep roots underneath. What is the OBIDATTI campaign not doing that needs to be done if there is the hope of the duo clinching the highest position in the country? With me to discuss this issue on Popular News on POV Nigeria is Mr. Chris Onoha. Mr. Chris is a veteran journalist and a public affairs analyst. Mr. Chris, you're welcome to Popular News on POV Nigeria.
Thank you, Harry, for having me on your program, the POV News.
Now, let's start with the OBIDATTI campaign movement. Do you really think that the supposedly youth demography in millions conversing and endorsing the OBIDATTI is really deeply rooted, or is it somewhat superficial?
The question you asked is a very important and a critical one at this moment. The OBIDATTI movement, let me start with this impression. The OBIDATTI movement is not a youthful movement. It calls all demography. If you check out the structure, it's called a structureless party movement, but for now it's no more a structureless party. It has a structure, and the structure is the people, and the demography of the people cuts across all ages, from youth to adults, from adults to elderly. So everyone is involved, and that tells you that the movement is deeply rooted. They are taking the entire federation by storm, from the east to the west, north to the south. The campaigns are going on, showcasing exactly how they are marching, making an impression. What it entails is there is a paradigm shift in the political system in the country today. The youths have risen up, taking the mantle to express the views, showcase their grievances, to tell the old brigade that they are there to make a statement. And that statement is there must be a change in the way things are being run politically in this country.
Mr. Chris, you would agree with me that politics in Africa, especially in Nigeria, is largely a game of interest. Some of this interest could be political promises, financial promises, because it's obvious that Nigerians, from whatever economic class you belong to, with this current administration, we are all hungry. However, with the Peter Obi slogan, we know they give shishi. Do you think that would in any way kick against his political ambition come 2023?
Coming to your question, I know they give shishi. I see that as a kind of a new strategy that the OBIDATTI group is using, or rather Peter Obi himself is using to sensitize the electorates that he is coming to serve them. That he is not coming like the other old folks who just give promises they cannot keep. He is coming with a clear conscience, saying that prudence, contentment, comportment shall be the order of the day. That when you entrust the votes in him, that he is going to deliver according to your expectations, that your money should be used the way you expect it to be used. Accountability, I think it's the meaning of I know they give shishi. It's not about stinginess. So sometimes people misconstrue it. I laugh about it because it's been a new slogan. Of course, a lot of people have also adapted it into their homes. I know they give shishi. When a wife asks a husband money, say, I'm an obedient, I know they give shishi. They make joke out of it. But the bottom line is the message therein in another give shishi is all about accountability. And he is coming with clear conscience that he is not coming to buy your vote with 1 naira, 2 naira. Over time, we actually know that most politicians, what they do is they induce financially with 10,000, 5,000, 1 naira, 2 naira, or even food items to win your vote. And after that, they go home. You don't get anything from them. 4 years, 8 years, No dividend of democracy on the table. But this time around, he is using that strategy to give people that understanding that I am not going to buy your vote. I know they give shishi. But when you vote for me in confidence, you get your dividends of democracy in the same confidence that you've instilled in me, you bestowed on me. So that's what it means. So when you talk about I know they give shishi, whether it will affect his election, obviously, like I said, I am not campaigning for anyone. But to my own understanding, I believe that if the people he wants to serve that are following him really trust him, believe in his ideology and gospel, they will vote for him. And of course, it's not the shishi they were looking for. They were looking for the real dividend of democracy that he will bring aboard when he wins the election.
Now, reality is that 95% of electorates who are going to be going out come 2023 are domiciled here in the country. Now, with what we have seen most recently of Mr. Peter Obi taking his campaign to foreign nations and holding dinners and consultations and what have you, how significant do you think this strategy is to gain in the real electorates here in Nigeria to go queue up and vote for him come 2023?
Honestly, if you ask me, Henry, I will tell you also that there's nothing wrong in uh, consultations, whether it's done in Nigeria or in abroad. The whole essence of the consultation is to showcase his capability, his readiness, and also to put it in the people's mind that he is ready for the election. Now, you see, consultation and its significance to the people is the same both in abroad and in Nigeria. Every other one is doing the same consultation. Some consult in the shrine, some goes to church to consult, some goes to marketplace. Consultation in its essence is reaching out to people. It doesn't really matter. Electorates are everywhere in the world, be it abroad or in Nigeria. They're all the same citizens of a country that are eligible to vote. So reaching out to them, to me, I see that as the right thing in the right direction, because if you don't reach out to the people, they will not know you. They won't reckon with you, and you won't be able to express exactly what you want the people to believe in you to them. But that consultation means a lot. So its significance to the people at home is like a kind of instilling the same confidence in the folks at home that, I mean, between abroad and back home in the country, the people are the same, and if I have your votes, that will count for me.
The northern part of Nigeria is one region that is still obviously struggling to embrace the Mr. Peter Obi persona. What do you think the campaign, the LP campaign, would start doing in order to consolidate and ensure that people in the northern part of Nigeria are confident enough to vote for the Labour Party?
They may have an advantage because the Labour Party vice presidential aspirant is from the north. And you should not also forget the fact that we have a northern presidential candidate and also another northern vice presidential candidate in the name of Shetima and Atiku. You see, all these things put together gives them that rethink to work hard to make sure that they don't lose any of the northern states.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Chris, for being part of this show and honoring our invite. Ladies and gentlemen, this does it for this week's edition of Popular News on POV Nigeria. Please do like, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms at POV Nigeria so you can get notified whenever we drop our interesting contents. This is Popular News on POV Nigeria. My name is Henry Igwebike, and until I see you next week, bye-bye.